It was a quiet afternoon in the rehabilitation center, the scent of antiseptic still lingering in the air. Outside, the wind moved gently through the trees, stirring the leaves like whispers of forgotten hopes. Inside, room 307 sat still, until the door creaked open and a young nurse wheeled in a man with a guitar slung over his shoulder. The man, scruffy and tanned, looked like he belonged on a beach stage, not in a hospital hallway. He wore a playful grin, but behind his eyes was something raw and tired. "New patient?" he asked the nurse. She nodded. "Not exactly. He's been here 3 months. Still no movement below the waist. Car crash. 29 years old. Name's Aaron." The man stepped closer. Aaron sat by the window in his wheelchair, staring outside, jaw clenched. His legs lay lifeless, covered in a thin hospital blanket. His dark hair was disheveled, and his eyes carried the weight of a man who had stopped dreaming. The man dropped his guitar case onto the bed. "Name's Jack," he said, his voice light. "They told me I was useless at physical therapy. So I brought a different kind of therapy." Aaron barely looked at him. "Don't need music." Jack chuckled. "You need something. Doc said your soul's more paralyzed than your legs." Aaron narrowed his eyes. "What are you? A guitar therapist?" Jack winked. "I'm just a guy who once forgot how to live. Music helped me remember." He pulled the guitar from the case and strummed a few notes. The sound danced through the stale air, soft but alive. Aaron didn't say a word. Jack played anyway. Day after day. Blues, folk, jazz. He told stories between songs, some real, some clearly invented. And Aaron, at first stiff and silent, began to grunt responses, then crack dry smiles, and one day, he laughed. It was a slow war, but Jack fought it daily, not with scalpels or pills, but with melody. One morning, Jack set his guitar down and said, "Teach me how to play chess." Aaron raised an eyebrow. "You don't know how." "Nope. Never touched the game." Aaron sighed. "Fine." They played. And for once, Aaron led. His hands moved the pieces confidently, and his voice carried a spark of the man he used to be. A week later, Jack leaned back in his chair, losing his 4th game. "All right," he said with a grin, "teach me how to play, and I'll teach you how to walk." Aaron snorted. "You're not a doctor." "I'm not," Jack said, "but maybe I believe in you more than they do." "Belief doesn't fix spinal cords." "No," Jack agreed, "but it can light the fire that does." That night, after Jack left, Aaron stared at his legs. For the first time in months, he whispered, "Move." Nothing happened. He tried again. "Move." Nothing. But he didn't stop trying. The next morning, Jack walked in and found Aaron sweating, gripping the sides of the wheelchair, jaw trembling. "You okay?" Aaron looked up. "I dreamed I walked to the window. I could feel the floor under my feet." Jack smiled slowly. "Good. Now chase that dream." Days turned to weeks. They played guitar. They played chess. They told stories. And between it all, Aaron tried. Every morning, he fought gravity and despair. Some days, he cursed. Some nights, he cried. Then came the day. Jack walked in mid-song, strumming his guitar and laughing at a lyric he'd just butchered. "God, I'm terrible. Teach me how to play," and all. He froze. Aaron's leg moved. Not a twitch. Not a reflex. His left leg slid forward, barely an inch. But it moved. Jack dropped the guitar. "Wait, did you just?" Aaron stared at his own leg, his mouth wide, then shut, then wide again. Tears filled his eyes. "I didn't imagine it. It moved. I moved." Jack stepped forward, voice cracking. "Holy hell." And then he laughed. Deep, thunderous, tear-soaked laughter. "Okay," he whispered. "Okay, deal's a deal. You teach me how to walk now." Aaron laughed too, full of shock and wonder. It was only an inch. But that inch changed everything. Because for the first time in months, Aaron believed. And belief, just like music, was something you didn't need legs to feel. But now, he had both.